Welcome to Jobs for Live.
You know what's wild? 71% of employers value emotional intelligence over IQ. Today, we're diving into why real-life skills are becoming more valuable than straight A's, what this means for your future, and how to develop the skills that actually matter in the real world.
And it's fascinating because this completely flips our traditional understanding of success on its head.
Right? I mean, we've been so focused on test scores and GPAs for decades. But what are employers actually looking for these days?
Well, according to recent research, they're prioritizing things like communication skills, problem-solving abilities, and emotional intelligence over academic credentials.
That's quite a shift. What's driving this change?
You know, it's really interesting. Studies show that while technical skills might get you in the door, it's your life skills that determine how far you'll go. These include things like effective communication, teamwork, and problem-solving abilities. And here's what's really striking. Research from Harvard Business School found that EQ, or emotional intelligence, contributes twice as much to success as IQ.
Wait, twice as much? That's huge.
Absolutely. And there's this heartbreaking example that really illustrates this. A parent recently shared how their daughter gets straight A's, but cries every night because she has no friends.
Oh man, that really hits home.
It does, and it shows how academic success alone doesn't guarantee happiness or life success. The Stanford Research Institute found that 88% of top performers have high emotional intelligence, regardless of their IQ.
So what exactly makes up this emotional intelligence we keep talking about?
Well, it breaks down into 4 key abilities: perceiving emotions, thinking using emotions, understanding emotions, and managing emotions, both your own and others.
And these skills can actually be developed, right? It's not just something you're born with.
Exactly. According to the World Health Organization, these are learnable skills that include effective communication, interpersonal relationships, empathy, decision-making, and critical thinking.
That's encouraging. But let's talk about the workplace specifically. How do these skills translate there?
Well, research shows that emotional intelligence accounts for 58% of job performance across all industries.
More than half? That's way more than I would have guessed.
And here's what's really interesting. A recent job outlook survey shows employers are now placing greater emphasis on soft skills and personal attributes rather than numbers and test scores.
So what happens when someone has strong academic skills but lacks these life skills?
Think about that clever friend who falls apart in group assignments because they can't cooperate with the team. They might be brilliant, but without emotional intelligence, they struggle to succeed.
Oh yeah, we've all known someone like that.
And research shows these struggles often continue into the workplace. Technical expertise alone isn't enough anymore.
Let's talk about stress management. That seems like a crucial life skill.
Absolutely. Studies show that students with higher emotional intelligence are better able to manage negative emotions like anxiety, boredom, and disappointment that can affect performance.
That makes a lot of sense.
And it's not just about managing stress. These students also form better relationships with teachers, peers, and family members, all of which contribute to success.
So it's really about the whole package, isn't it?
Exactly. Daniel Goleman's research followed children for decades and found that those with strong emotional intelligence consistently outperformed their academically superior peers in career achievement and life satisfaction.
That's fascinating. What about problem-solving skills?
Problem solving is crucial. It's about analyzing situations, identifying challenges, and creating solutions. This skill enhances critical thinking and fosters innovation.
And that's something you can't really learn just from textbooks, right?
Right. It requires real-world experience and practice. And interestingly, research shows that people who can balance both technical and soft skills are better at facing challenges.
What about communication skills? That seems to come up a lot in job requirements.
Communication is absolutely critical. Luke Taylor, a former detective turned communication specialist, calls it the rock-hard soft skill that underpins everything else.
Interesting way to put it.
And it's not just about speaking, it's about active listening, too. Understanding others' perspectives is crucial for navigating interpersonal relationships successfully.
Let's talk about adaptability. That seems increasingly important in today's rapidly changing world.
Absolutely. Research shows that entrepreneurial thinking, which includes adaptability, is valuable regardless of whether you plan to start a business.
Why is that?
Because entrepreneurs are innovative, good at planning for different outcomes, and skilled at getting others to buy into their vision. These are valuable skills in any career.
What about teamwork? That's another big one employers look for.
Yes, and research shows that collaboration is the heartbeat of modern workplaces. It helps us value different viewpoints and build a sense of shared purpose.
That makes sense.
And what's particularly interesting is that these teamwork skills often predict success better than individual academic achievement.
So how do we balance academic excellence with developing these life skills?
Well, research suggests that integrating life skills into the curriculum is key. Many universities are now embedding these skills into their programs.
That's encouraging to hear.
And studies show this integration actually improves academic performance too. Students with higher emotional intelligence tend to get better grades and test scores.
So it's not an either-or situation?
Not at all. It's about developing both. The research shows that the most successful people aren't just technically competent, they have strong interpersonal skills too.
Makes sense.
And what's particularly interesting is that these skills become even more important as you advance in your career.
Let's talk about mental health. How do these skills play into that?
Research shows that life skills help individuals manage problems like depression, anxiety, loneliness, and conflict in social relationships.
That's really important.
And these skills are particularly crucial during times of stress or change, which we're seeing more and more in today's world.
So what's the key takeaway here?
The research is clear. While academic excellence is important, it's the development of life skills that truly predicts long-term success and happiness.
And these skills can be learned and improved over time.
Exactly. It's never too late to start developing them.
Well, this has been incredibly insightful. Any final thoughts?
Remember that 71% statistic we started with? It really shows how the world is changing. Success isn't just about what you know, it's about how well you can work with others and adapt to change.
That's a perfect way to wrap up. Thanks for joining us, where we've learned that sometimes the most valuable skills aren't the ones you learn in textbooks.